Ask me anything SMMA related. What's up, everybody? My name is Jordan. In today's video, I'm doing pretty much another episode of Ask Me Anything. So if you haven't already, make sure you guys join the Facebook group if you have any questions to ask for your agency, about your agency, whatever it is, or you can drop it in the comment section below. And I like to do this once a week. Maybe if I get enough questions, then I'll go ahead, I'll create a video on it and answer all of your questions. So a little bit about me and my channel. If you are new, my name is Jordan. I've been able to pretty much start and scale my digital marketing agency to 6 figures off of my bedroom within months using automated systems. So if you want to learn how to start your agency, whether you're a beginner or maybe you already have an agency and you're looking to get more clients, scale your business, then my channel does just that. So if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell, give this video a big thumbs up if you find it helpful. But in today's video, we're going to be talking about it looks like a lot of the questions are kind of around lead quality, how to position yourself as an expert, as an authority, so that business owners will take you more seriously, so that you are in a position where you could, basically control the conversation and, increase your closing rate. All right. So like I said, if you have any questions, drop them in the comment section. If you haven't already joined the Facebook group, the link is in the description. So we have here, the first question is by Cameron here. I'm going to drop him a big thumbs up for this so that he knows I'm going to answer his question. So his question is how to approach clients, how I know the different ways to approach them, but not sure what to say for them to take me serious. All right, and that's a great question. But for those of you that don't know how to approach clients, don't know how to prospect, do your outreach and stuff like that, I answered that in my last training series video part 1, where I talk about all the different prospecting methods and outreach. I think I listed I don't want to say I listed all of them because there's a ton of them, but I listed the most popular ones right on the top of my head inside my first training video. So if you haven't checked it out, it's the video right before this one. And I'm creating a whole mini training series to walk you guys through building automated systems for your agency so that you can start building and growing your business. So you want to check that out. That's in the video, in the previous video. But so he knows all the different ways to prospect and do the outreach, which is great, but not sure what to say for them to take me serious. So this was sort of the mistake that I did. I wouldn't say it's really a mistake, but this was kind of the struggle that I had when I first started my agency as well. I was doing all these outreach, right? I was doing the whole LinkedIn, cold emailing, cold calling, all this stuff, but I didn't know what to say, even on these sales calls, right? Which is why I hated it. And I just didn't know what to say. I felt like I was trying to convince the business owner into believing in my services, right? And if you're in that position, or if you've been in that position, you would know how I feel, because it's just an uphill battle. It's just objection after objection, and then it's like, well, we can do this, and you're always trying to solve it, and it's sort of like you're trying to win them over. It's kind of like, you have a crush on someone and you're doing everything you can. Look, I'm bringing you flowers, I'm getting you chocolate, whatever. I'm taking you on nice dates, right? And it's like not a challenge for the girl anymore. It's like they get whatever they want and it's just too easy. So they're going to start playing games, and the deal never goes through, right? So in a way, it needs to be mutual, right? You need to somewhat be attractive, so attracting prospects to you instead of you chasing after the clients all the time, because that's just a turnoff, right? If you're constantly just chasing after them. So there's really 2 ways to approach someone, right? There's the cold way, which means you're doing the cold emails, the cold outreaches, and from there you're trying to convince the business owner into listening to what you have to offer, and if they are interested in it, then you would proceed to a second scheduled meeting right? And that meeting would be more towards like, hey, this is exactly what we do here, the systems, this is what we've been doing, this is what's been working, this is what we exactly what we would do for you. It's already built out. We would just plug it in for you, and then you would get X results. Here are the results we've gotten, and you would share that to convince the business owner in believing what you do works, right? So with the cold outreach methods, it's usually a 2-call close. So you have the prospecting method, the cold outreach, whatever it is, and then from there you gotta script it in a way where you're not selling your services or anything like that. You just want to sell the first call, right? And on the first call, right, assuming that they're interested in your they're interested in what you had to say in your cold outreach, they schedule a call to hear about what you have to talk about. So in that first call is what you call an intro call, pretty much. And on this call, I said call like 6 times, I know, but on this call you're pretty much qualifying them and seeing if they are a good fit for your business, right? So you're asking qualifying questions, seeing what they're doing, what they haven't been doing, and you're really just seeing if this is something for them and vice versa, right? So it's kind of like a first date type of thing. You're getting to know each other and seeing if you guys would be a good fit for each other, right? Now, if you're not a good fit for each other, then obviously you don't want to go through the headaches and say, we can still do it for you. You don't want to come off as that. If you can't get results, guys, don't bother doing it, because long term it's going to be more of a headache and more of a hassle, right? So if you get on this qualifying call and you find that Mr. Business Owner isn't a good fit for you because he doesn't have the ad budget, or whatever you're providing is not what he's looking for, then just tell him like how it is. Be straight up with him, and say, hey, it sounds like you want XYZ, but we do XYZ, so it looks like we're not gonna be a good fit. Thank you for your time anyways, and and go and part ways, right? Don't sign on a client that you cannot get results for, because it's just a hassle and it's not worth dealing with, and I'm gonna save you a ton of stress by just telling you that right there. Now, assuming he or she is a good fit for you, then you're gonna obviously say, well, you want XYZ, we do XYZ to get you what you want. Let's go ahead and schedule that second call. We can hop on a Zoom call so I can show you my systems that has been working. This is exactly what we do, and how we gotten exactly what you want, and let me just show you how we've been doing it, right? So on the second call, you schedule for that, and you take them through this presentation or whatever you have set up. It's called a pitch deck demonstration presentation, and basically on that call is really you're just showing them how you can get them whatever it is that they want, right? So that's really the cold outreach system method, and I guess I'll talk more about it in my second video of my mini training series. I'm going to be talking about my VCL system a little bit more. So basically how to increase your closing rate without you having to do any of the talking, and attracting clients to you instead of you having to chase after them, because that's exactly what I went through in the beginning of my agency, and it was an uphill battle, right? So when I plugged in my VCL system, that's when I was able to close more clients, have clients come to me, pre-sell the clients, so that we get to skip the whole 2-call close and just skip straight to the sales call, right? We don't even have to go to a presentation call. We just hop on a call. They already know what we do, and we typically normally we close them on the first call, or if not, second or third call on the follow-up still, right? Because sometimes they got to think about it and things like that. But the closing rate is a lot higher. All right, so that's the cold outreach method. Now the second outreach method is the warm outreach, which is the whole VCL presentation that I kind of shared with you briefly there. And I'm going to be talking about that in the second video of my mini training series. It should be the video after this. Depending on when you're watching it, it may or may not have been uploaded yet, but it's going to be a ton of value. So I don't want to spoil that video, obviously. So make sure you sub to the channel, turn on the notification bell, and watch that video when it comes out, because it's going to share how I'm able to pre-sell all of my prospects and have them come to me, right? Every scheduled call on my calendar, I know that I'm most likely have a really good chance of closing that client. It's not an intro call. It's not a first date, right? It's more of like dating, like going on a date with someone you've known for a while, right? Or someone that's referred to you, right? So it's a lot warmer. And I'm gonna share that with you guys in the second video. So hopefully that answers your question, Cameron. And let me know if you have any more questions. All right, Charles. What courses or free online trainings have you used to gain general knowledge to get you to this point? Who were your mentors and teachers? All right, so as for most people, my first mentor that actually got me started in the whole social media marketing agency, I didn't know what that term meant. I didn't know what SMMA was. I didn't know what digital marketing was, because I didn't go to school for marketing. I went to school to become a physical therapist doctor, and life is crazy. So now I have my own digital marketing agency, right? So after I graduated from college, I figured I didn't want to go to PT school. Didn't want to go do the whole doctor route, and I wanted to start my own business. I didn't care what it was. I just wanted to start a business, make money while having the freedom, right? So played around and things like that, and digital marketing landed on my lap because my best friend's little brother had purchased a SMMA course where you can work from anywhere in the world by offering social media marketing to local business owners by the name of Ty Lopez, right? He was kind of like I don't know if he's a founding father, but he's definitely the one that's introduced a lot of people to social media marketing. And it sounded great, right? At the time, obviously, I know how to use social media. I'm on Instagram, Facebook, so I figured it's not going to be that hard to figure out. Anyways, I completed the course, and my thoughts on the course, it was all right. It taught me, it kind of introduced me to SMMA, the fundamentals and things like that, but it wasn't like really in depth on, all right, this is exactly what you need to do, right, for this niche and things like that. So it's a good intro course for beginners, but you're not equipped with everything, I feel like, with everything you need to know after the course in order to be successful. So I had to take more courses to learn more about it, right? So anyways, I took the Ty Lopez course and I started offering, Facebook ads to local businesses. And for those of you that's been following my journey, it didn't work out too well because I didn't know what ad fatigue was, and Facebook ads just didn't work for me, right? Obviously, I'm not saying it's not going to work for you, but it didn't work for me at the time. I was traumatized by it because I actually got a paying client out of it through a cold call, which is something I don't do anymore as well because I hated it. But anyways, did it, Facebook ads, and didn't get good results with it, and lost the client after a month. I got the paying client, lost them after a month, and I was traumatized because I didn't get results, right? I was so excited. I worked so hard to get this first paying client of mine. He paid me like $850 for that month to run the Facebook ads, and mind you, I've never ran Facebook ads for anybody before, so it was like a whole, in a way, figuring out process, learning process along the way, right? So lost them, and then I was traumatized by it. I didn't want to run Facebook ads anymore. So after that, I started offering social media management. I went out, I created content, I carried my little DSLR camera, this one right here, and went out, created content, did videos, did photos, went home, edited it, post on social media, talk to people. It took way too much work, and even though I was happy being my own business because I was working my 9 to 5 and stuff like that, I didn't have the location freedom, right? So I was going out to these businesses, doing the whole content. It was a lot of work, having to edit it and stuff like that. It took a lot of work, and I was only getting paid $850 a month, but it was for me to start my own journey in a sense, and I just felt like, hey, you know what, I'm not where I want to be, but at least I'm hustling for myself, I'm working for myself, and I know that if I keep working and keep trying to figure out ways to grow and automate more things, then I'm going to eventually get there. So I did that for a while until, the wheels fell off. Clients weren't seeing new customers. They were saying, hey, what you're doing is great, but we're not seeing new customers just because you're managing Instagram and Facebook. We're not seeing anything new, right? So that didn't work out. And so after that failure, I had failed twice now with that. One day, me and my cousin's hanging out. I was telling him about my situation. He led me to ask one of his buddies who was offering Google Ads, and he was pretty much doing what I was doing, right? He's working from home. He's doing Google Ads. He's getting amazing results for his clients because there's better quality leads are coming from Google. And that's my problem, right? Number one, I wasn't able to get results for my clients. I couldn't get new customers for my clients that I had worked with. I'm getting new clients, but new clients for myself, but I'm not getting them results. So that was the issue, right? So from there, I was like, all right, that solves my issue. If I can just get customers from my clients, then I'm gonna be good and I'm gonna be able to work from home. Reached out to him. He taught me the whole Google Ads stuff, and from there, I just started prospecting. I took some courses on LinkedIn, I believe. It was so long ago, but to answer your question, Charles, I don't want to go into my whole entire journey story, but to answer your question, Ty Lopez, the intro SMMA course, I've taken John Whiting. He taught LinkedIn, LinkedIn outreach, which is something I teach in my course now, how to automate your LinkedIn outreach and things like that. I've taken a cold email course, but I forgot who I took it from. One really good one is Joel Kaplan. He's really good with cold emails. He has a whole cold email strategy that's really effective that I use for my own agency, and that worked out pretty well. And I paused it, but I'm going to continue it back soon. So Joel Kaplan, Iman Ghazi, hopefully I'm pronouncing his name right. He's really popular on YouTube as well. He's in my space, and he has a solid course. He rambles a lot, in my opinion, but nonetheless, he's a very successful, agency owner. So I've actually watched a lot of his videos, and when I was starting my agency and things like that. So he showed me the ropes. With his course, he's more of an all-around, teaches Facebook ads and stuff like that. I don't really teach Facebook ads because of the reasons why I shared with you earlier. I focus more on Google ads. I've taken Jordan Platten's, what's the course called? Affluent Agency. His course is very good quality as well. So I've taken Billy Jeans. He's everywhere on Facebook ads. So, his course was, when I took it at the time, it was a little outdated. So he shared some outdated stuff, but I'm sure it still works. You just have to make improvements to it and things like that. I'm trying to think what other courses I took, but Ross Christofoli, he teaches, code calls and stuff like that. I'm currently trying to plug in cold calling into my agency, and I'm going to keep you guys updated on that. But really, those were like the main courses. Billy Wilson, he's another great person teaching Facebook ads, and all these people teaches Facebook ads. I focus on Google ads. So, yep. But yeah, so that's what the courses I've taken. Which courses was the best? I don't want to say one course was the best, because every course kind of teaches a little nugget. You can learn something new from each course that is going to be beneficial. So just make sure you take the course that has the materials that you want to learn, really. But I believe that my course, my mentorship program, we teach it from A to Z. We give you everything you need to implement to be successful. I'm not leaving anything out. And, I'm always answering questions anyway. So if you haven't already, you can look into that. That link is also in the description as well. So you can check that out for yourself. All right, so let's see here. We got Adrian. What forms of security do you recommend, especially when sending contracts through email? Really simple. I use, you can use either DocuSign. I'll type it out for you. DocuSign or HelloSign. Right. So, that's why I send all of my proposals through. It's, and the cool thing about it is that it'll send it to your prospect, and then they can literally just sign it online on their desktop or their mobile phone, so they don't have to print it out, sign it, scan it, send it back. It's just a lot of work. This makes things easier. You can use HelloSign. I believe they'll let you send 3 proposals per month, so you could use that. And then DocuSign, I believe, is like 15 or 10 bucks a month, something like that. I'm not really entirely sure, so you can check that out. And then you can send your contracts, get them signed securely through those. Armin, for a newbie, it is important to register a company name first to work with any client. So, I thought the same thing when first starting out, that I need to be a legitimate business and stuff like that. And honestly, you don't need to register a business when you're first starting out until you get clients paying you. And the reason for that is because when you're starting out your agency, you want to focus on what gets the ball rolling, right? Yes, it is important to register your business, be legit, all that stuff. But really, what's going to get your business moving is getting paid clients. So at the beginning, if you are a newbie, if you are a beginner, your main focus should be filling up your calendar with prospects who are interested, scheduling calls, and getting paying clients, and then using that money to register your company and using that money to really start up your business, right? So I didn't really register. I didn't pay for anything until I got my first 3 clients really, to start doing that, because clients aren't going to look you up. Like, they're not going to look if you're registered or not. All you need is a legit landing page or website, so something to show them, and that's going to work. All right, so yeah. What do you think about D7 Lead Finder? Still good leads? Leads are good. There's multiple websites out there, similar to D7 Lead Finder, but keep in mind that these leads are shared. Everyone has access to them, so they are leads. I don't know, they are legitimate leads. I don't know what you consider good leads. You can always source your own leads through LinkedIn, hire someone off Upwork to do the data mining, get those leads going for you. But I've gotten leads from D7 Lead Finder, and it's worked out well. We got clients from there before, so definitely you can use it, or you can just get your own leads through hiring someone to do that stuff for you. How should we have set up to begin with? Buy our own website, have a business email, LLC, domain name. So the only thing you need is, like I said, the focus is to get new clients and be able to show these clients something. So you'll probably need a domain name so that you can build your own landing page or website. You don't really need a business email. That is optional depending on what your funds are looking like. If it's tight, you don't really need to spend a lot of money on a whole lot of stuff. Just focus on what you need, right? So be very frugal, depending on how tight you are with your funding. And that's what I did when I was in the beginning. I paid for the minimal stuff, right? So only the stuff that you absolutely need. And for those of you who don't want to pay for a website or pay for ClickFunnels and things like that, you can just go on Wix.com. And that's to make free websites. All right. So if you go there, it's going to allow you to create a free website, literally, right? So there's no reason why you shouldn't get started or have anything stop you from getting started. You have a ton of resources, and Google is going to be your best friend. All right. So last question of the day here. How do you qualify prospects? How do you make sure the business we're reaching out to is a quality lead, right? So this one is really just a numbers game. You don't really know until you reach out and get them on a qualifying call. If you're doing a cold outreach, like I said, in that first call, you're just really qualifying the prospect. Can they afford your services? Are you guys a good fit for each other on that first date, right? But with my VCL system, the prospects are coming to me, so they go through my entire system, my entire funnel, and then that funnel is going to qualify them, and from there they're going to schedule a call on my calendar link, and we ask a couple questions on that form before they are able to schedule that call. And from there, yeah, so most of the calls that we hop on through the VCL system are, most of the time they're already qualified, but if you're doing the cold outreach, then you're going to qualify them through the intro call. So that is my answers for your questions. Hopefully that answers a lot of it. I hope I was helpful. If I missed anything, if you have anything new for me that's different for me, drop in the comment section below or ask it in the Facebook group, and I'll create a whole video on it for you guys. If you guys want to learn more about my VCL system, my part 2 of my mini training series, that's going to be in the next video uploaded after this. So if you want to stay tuned for that, it's a whole training series. I'm going to teach you guys the entire whole agency stuff, and so subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell. Comment section is right down there. All the links to everything you need to know is in the description. And that's pretty much it, guys. Support your boy, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace.